Lead auto response rules. Type auto. You'd find lead auto responses coming up here. Let's click that and click new. And let's give our rule a name. So let's call it training auto response rule. And let's activate it and click save. We can go within this rule and we can select the rule entries. So which particular leads will enter this rule and what will happen once they enter. So we would have to define the sorting order, and you can say the criteria is met or formula evaluates to true. Either way, let's do the criteria met. Okay, let's say if the city is London, then run this auto response rule. Or if you don't want, then you want to run this auto response for everybody, you can just leave it blank and it would run for everybody, and then give the name. So let's say your company name is the Trailmaker, and give an email address. This would be the name and the address from which this particular email would be sent. So this would be from email address in your inbox. So let's select an email address. I'll just put mine, and then you select the email template. So let's just select an email template here and click save. So this is one of the auto response rules, and let's see how it works. So here, so this was one of the templates which is available. So that's what picked up and we've got. So it says welcome to Glenwatt and etc. But basically that's how you get an email address when you set up an auto response rule. So this is very similar to what you would get from somebody when you register on their website. So talking about lead assignment rules. So let's go to lead assignment, go to setup and search for assignment, and you would find lead assignment rules here. Click on that. So we already have a standard lead assignment rule running, which is given to us by default. And what does it say? If the lead country equals to US, USA, United States of America, assign it to Himanshu. And if the country is not equal to US, United States, also then assign it to Himanshu, because I'm the only user in this org. But then what you can also do is, so let's quickly do is, let's create a queue for lead. Okay, we have queue for lead. We created earlier. So let's go to lead assignment rules, and then within this rule, we create a new entry and we call it training rule. And let's say the criteria, this time we say criteria equals to London, and then assign it to a queue called training queue. And you can also select an email template. This would send out an email, but we have seen how email goes out, so we are not selecting it now. And do save. Oh, we need to give this a sorting order. So in this case, let's keep the sorting order as 1, and I'll tell you why. I'm giving it 1. Why? Because if the country equals this, then it should go here. If it is not equal to, then basically within these two, everything would suffice, be equal to and not equal to, right? So then this criteria will never be met if we put this rule on order number 3. So it can either be order number 1 or order number 2, only then this would work. So this is a very important thing that you should check, whether the previous criteria would, the criteria above it would actually let the lead come into this particular criteria, or would it just bypass? If that's the case, then you need to modify the previous rule criteria or just change the order, whatever works for you. So let's see what happens now. So lead assignment rules, we will do here is we'll create a lead assignment rule called training rule, and we'll activate it, we'll save. And what we want to do here is we want to create rule entry number 1, and what we want to do is we want to assign it to training queue, and we want all of the leads to go to the training queue. So let's click save and see what happens. So remember, we created a web to lead form, so we'll use the same form. We'll give it a name and we call it, let's give it a unique name, so let's call it lead assignment test, and then let's give it an email and click submit. So we gave the return URL as the Trailmaker, and we have reached the website. Let's go to all open leads, do a refresh and see. So we've got the lead assignment test 3, which we created, and you see the owner alias, which is training queue here. If we click here and go to the detail, it is lying in the training queue now. So that's how your lead assignment works. Now this is a very helpful thing. So you can set your criteria. So let's say in the rule criteria, what you can do is you can set, or let's say the country is UK, then it goes to UK queue. If the country is US, then it goes to the UK queue or US queue, right? And so on and so forth. So based on certain values, you can set things up. If you have any questions, you can join the QA session, which happens every Friday. And please drop in your comments, feedback, and any questions in the comment section, and I'll get back to you.